man, my dick's slang just like my titties do.
My babies, my babes. Chloe and Buck Angel, of course, Mr. Buck himself. We filmed so much on the last video. I've definitely had to cut this into 2 pieces.
If you ask me my pronouns and I say I use any pronouns and you only use she, her, you're a loser. Is it really that hard to call me a he now and then? I'm not saying it has to be a regular thing, but a nice crisp little he, him.
Okay, I'll give you the choice, but like you don't actually have a choice.
That's right. No,
Yes, you nailed it.
You hit it.
She said it perfectly.
They, them moment every month wouldn't hurt you. I am gender fluid. It doesn't matter if I wear makeup. It doesn't matter if I decide I want to look cis today. It doesn't matter. I'm still gender fluid.
Okay, but what does that mean? How are you supposed to know what that means? How are you supposed to know how you feel?
That's the mental illness right there, and they're spewing it all over.
And the entitlement.
Entitlement, and like this person doesn't have a clue who they are because they're all over the place. Just call me whatever pronoun, but actually, no, really, call me he. Like what?
You have to call me he every Tuesday at 9 o'clock, or else you're a loser. This video is sponsored by me. If you want to see me and all the content I wish I could post on here, go and follow me over on my OnlyFans page. I promise it is well worth it. 50% off the first month. Link is in the description below. Go and click it. We know someone that actually goes by any pronoun because shapeshifter.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's right.
she, he, they don't give a shit.
That's right, but this
Because they're
person is-
aware of, listen, like, this is reality. I'm not going to tell people to not believe their own eyes.
That's
like,
right.
Naturally, like, you went through
That's right.
some kind of transition, not this person, or you didn't go through some type of
None.
transition, and
Zero.
you still appear female. People
That's
are going
right.
to call you woman.
It's so upsetting for somebody like me who worked very hard to get to this space, and for a reason, so that people wouldn't do that. That's right. They
Now
don't
it's a
want
game.
to do the work, and they call me privileged. Can you imagine calling me privilege? Oh yeah, sure, it's privilege doing this for 30 years, getting so sick I almost died. And this person is a lazy entitled person who expects everyone to bow down to them, but then at the same time is not willing to do work. And by the way, this person tomorrow can go back to living in their nice little, whatever they call cisgender world, without having any problems. Except me and you are here in this space because we took that second
step.
That's right.
How are we supposed to know that you wouldn't be called he?
That's right.
When you have a bob and bangs and...
That's the entitlement. That's the entitlement.
Like, I get, like, it's
literally gaslighting. Don't believe your own eyes. Gaslighting.
Sometimes it's difficult to pass, especially. Like,
that's right.
Like, if you want to, like, go on hormones. But you can't, for whatever reason, at least put a little bit of effort.
This person could literally pass as a dude. Back in the day before I did it, I dressed like a total dude, baggy clothes. You know, I was like that gangster looking dude.
Right.
And, you know,
there are ways to do it. Butch lesbians get misgendered sometimes.
all the time.
I'm not a woman every single day. And quite frankly, most of the time I'm a mix of the two. I'm the motherfucking man. My dick's slang just like my titties do.
You think that person actually has a dick?
No, they need to go to therapy. And they have a dildo, maybe.
I really wanted to come on here and talk about my gender. I very recently discovered, by very recently I mean like this very morning, that I am a non-binary man. Which I know sounds like an impossible hypocrisy.
I wonder why it sounds
How can
like
you be
all that.
non-binary and a man? This person tries to explain this, by the way.
Oh God,
that doesn't even make sense to me because you can't be a binary and non-binary.
No, you can't.
I'm not a demi-boy. I'm not a masculine aligned non-binary person. I am a non-binary man because I am non-binary and I am a man.
Were you like this? When you thought you were a guy, were you like this?
No.
Were you like woke and crazy like this?
No.
Okay.
At first I was like relatively sane. But
Okay.
like after I like got the surgeon, I was like, oh wait, what? This might not be. Maybe I'm just non-binary. I started feeling like the regret, like the confusion, like pouring in, and it was like,
oh
It wasn't like until then that like I was like completely like solid and like believing that like I was a guy and like presenting as such.
Yeah, right. But these
people
confused.
basically start off like confused.
They're confused.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of these kids are hurting, and they are really the kind of kids that would have been bullied at school and been, you know, out of with everyone else.
They're the emo kids.
They are. And they're
my generation's emo kids.
They are.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
A lot of them are.
Yeah, and you can see it. I see the pain and the hurt and this desire to be seen and getting that's why it's so dangerous to transition kids. These kids don't know who they are. You can tell he's a non-binary man. None of that even make sense.
No.
It's like, I'm a frog. Now they're frogs. It's totally...
Frog gender.
It doesn't make sense, but that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to like make sense of themselves and the world around them.
Okay, I get it. I see what you're saying. You're right. It doesn't make sense, but they're trying to make sense of themselves.
And it's hard because like they're told like you can be whatever you want.
That's
like,
right.
There's infinite gender identities. You can be whatever you want.
That's right. And we're actually these kids up even more by letting them do that nonsense.
They're always on their phone. They're always like using
right.
like Instagram, TikTok,
That's
whatever.
Right. That's
and
right.
then it's like they're told like your parents might not be accepting of you, so
that's right.
You better find a community of people who are just like you and will affirm you.
That is so sick.
I like wholeheartedly believe that gender is performative, socially constructed, and that we don't need it. Saying that, I'm not really pro abolition of gender, unless it would come in kind of stages. I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about the abolition of gender as a whole, but I think that the world would be a better place if we had never constructed gender.
Where do babies come from?
I'm not even sure at this point. If I listen to all of them, I'm like, how are babies made? I forgot.
I remember reading a comment that somebody left on this person's video, and they were like, I don't believe in gender, but I just spent 2 minutes trying to figure out my gender. Again, the hypocrisy, like
they're just like spinning out.
Literally spinning out of control.
Saying that, the only thing that's hindering me from being completely free of the influence of gender roles, expectations, norms, etc., is my gender dysphoria. The aim of my medical transition is not only to free myself of my dysphoria, but to entirely liberate myself from the grips that gender has on me in all respects. And I think it's very likely that a lot of people see medical transition and transitioning as a whole as the opposite of that, and as a way to like conform to and comply with the gender binary. But that's just not how I see my transition at all. And I always want to be perceived as a man. Like, I am a man, and I have lots of dysphoria surrounding the idea that I might not be perceived as a man. However, I don't want to be confined to that one label, and I think that the way I see my transition and the way that I'm seeking freedom and liberation from gender is what makes me non-binary.
It's so disrespectful to me when people say shit like that. Like, my transition to live in the gender binary is a bad thing. That's the whole point of people transitioning, to look like a man and a woman. Like, what are these people... Anyway, this person is clearly young, doesn't understand what's going on.
They're just trying to figure things out.
That's
so it's
right.
Really, it's
That's right.
There's not really like any point in like going into it, but it's like, if you really want to break free of norms, stop slapping labels on yourself and just live.
That's right. That's what we did back in the day. We were gender nonconforming.
That's it.
In the 80s. No one cared. Everyone wore cross-dressed. No one
That's how it
gave a
was.
shit. Everyone was having a great time. I'm telling you, the community was so solid. Everyone was just free and happy, and you know, whatever. No one even cared. I've never seen so much hate in this community that I have in the last 5 or so years, and it's so divided and nasty and mean. And because kids are lost, they're literally lost, and we're letting them be lost. We're not helping them get out of this space. Shame on the adults in the room who are not stepping up and, you know, pushing against. Like, I push against these kids.
A lot of the adults don't even know about it, but there's also adults who do know, and
they encourage it.
Oh, it's okay. Or they encourage it.
Yeah, they encourage it. They're the ones like, oh, about the families that have trans kids who are trans themselves, and all their kids are trans. I'm like, that is statistically impossible.
I wonder where it stems from.
Yeah, that's right.
They learn at home.
That's right. That's exactly right. 100%.
I just had a parent ask me my preferred adjectives because she wanted to comment on one of my photos, but she wanted to use words that I liked hearing for myself. That's the kind of allyship that I need.
Somebody asked this person, what are your preferred adjectives instead of preferred pronouns? Like, oh, do you want to be called handsome, cute, pretty?
Okay, I'm stuck on I'm stuck on the parent part. Does this person work with children?
I don't know.
Like
probably. I'm assuming.
Look like a teacher.
I'm assuming, yeah.
They look like a teacher.
Yeah, because I guess a parent, yeah.
Yeah, a parent, right.
That makes sense. Of course it's a teacher.
Of course.
It's always teachers. It's always teachers.
Not in my school, I'll tell you that right now. I would rip my child out of that classroom, just so you know.
Isn't the point of commenting on somebody's photo your subjective opinion?
Yes, that's exactly right.
But yet we're taking even that away from people now?
You're taking control away from people's own self to actually just see what you know and say.
Yeah.
The fact that you're now, oh no, these people.
You can only say what I want you to say about me.
The insanity and the entitlement and this like really twisted way of thinking is so insanely toxic and dangerous. Wow.
Okay, from now on, you guys can only call me awesome.
That's right.
And it's funny because somebody,
Right.
I think, I can't remember remember who it was, but somebody said this is going to be the next thing. And then it happened like a month later. I think it was Matt Walsh. Wasn't it Matt Walsh?
Yeah.
And then it happened.
Of course it was Matt Walsh.
It was Matt. Yeah.
That guy's a genius.
Yeah.
Yep. Totally. He says it
Unbelievable.
how it is.
We're going to end the video there because we filmed an awful lot.
God.
Make sure you go and check out these two awesome people. Say how to use your preferred adjective.
That was exhausting.
Right away.
Exhausting. Totally.
Other than that, I'll see you guys back here in a few days with a brand new video. Until then, I love you. Love yourselves.